It's been international break this week. How ready were the players, or would you have rather, obviously with the winning streaks that you've had, would you have rather just continued through?
Very difficult question to answer, because I feel that, you know, with the momentum we had going into this international break, we could have kept on playing, but the physical condition of the players is more important. We've now got a mentality within the group that understand when we work, you know, and when we don't, we rest. So they had enough time to rest. We gave them 3 or 4 days over the weekend to rest, but this week's been very good. A lot of coaching, a lot of detail in the coaching. So we've taken advantage of the break, I believe. Time will only tell when we go into this Saturday's game, you know, how physically we are and how tactically we are aware.
Obviously, it has been 7 games undefeated, so the team and yourself must be on a high.
Listen, we don't get too high, we don't get too low. You know, we went through a difficult stage at the beginning of the season, you know, and we had many experts telling us what to do, you know, what you kind of get. But we stuck to our guns. We made sure we worked very hard on the training ground. We made sure everybody understood, you know, what their roles were, and we've pulled through that difficult period. You know, we've got a few players back from injury, a few players now hitting form, and as you said, it's resulted in a 7-game unbeaten, but we're not getting too carried away. You know, we know we've got a long way to go, and the group of players that are starting to build up at this football club get the mentality that they've got a lot of potential, so they can fulfil that potential, hence the reason they work hard on the training ground, and they get the results. So, you know, we have got a long way to go, and we don't get too carried away.
The playoffs are still in reach, but is it still a case now of one game at a time, taking one game at a time, or are you going to reach and go, yeah, we are going to make it?
Well, I've always felt from the beginning of the season, you know, we're very capable, we're going into the top 6. You know, I've always felt that, even through our darker moments, I felt that. But I think as a coach, I try and break the games down to every 3 games and work from that period, you know, because you can never really tell about injuries or suspensions or lack of form. So it's very difficult for me to look beyond a 3-game period, and that's what I continue to do. I think if we can get to the January games in a decent position, what we done last year, ready to strike, then I think our football club's set up for that. You know, and I think the mentality's there for that. We feel that we've got a younger group this year. You know, I've assembled a younger, fitter, stronger group that can cope with a Christmas period of a lot of games. So the 5 or 6 games through the Christmas period is going to be crucial for us. That's when we can make up a little bit of ground, and if we can do that, then my aim is, as it was at the beginning of the season, to be in the top 6 is certainly achievable.
How are you feeling then ahead of the game this weekend against Watford?
I'm looking forward to the game. You know, we feel that, you know, we're in good form. We feel that we've got players that are got the right approach to the game. You know, Watford is going to be a difficult place to go. We understand that, but with the other aspects of, you know, where we are right now and how we're playing, you know, it's going to be a very tight game. So I'm feeling confident. I'm looking forward to the game. He's a good man. Mr. Zola's a very good man, and, you know, I'm sure, you know, whatever way it will go, we'll have a little conversation after and pick each other's brains.
How are you looking at team news?
We are. Kevin McNaughton's still a bit of a doubt for the game on Saturday. He is obviously his hamstrings, but he's surprisingly recovering very quickly, but maybe not in time. Craig Davies is, again, lower back hamstring problems. He'll be very doubtful from the game. The good news is Mark Davies is back in training, and he is possibly within the next 12 to 14 days will start in under 21 games for us. You know, so we've got another player there for us. So, you know, the injuries, a couple of bits of bad news, but one great bit of news that Mark Davies is so close.